Hello, I'm Dimity Clancy. Welcome to A Current Affair. First tonight, drugs in sport has been a big problem for many years. But one of our biggest sports stars is now back on the court after turning to medicinal cannabis. And she believes it should be available to all athletes.
Few Australian athletes have reached the towering heights of Lauren Jackson. 4 Olympic medals, a World Cup title and Hall of Fame status. The down-to-earth country girl is arguably our nation's greatest ever basketballer. How does the GOAT title sit with you? Can you lean into it?
No. There's so many great players.
Now a mother of 2, and after 6 years out of the game, Lauren is back on court doing what she loves. When we sit down, she's just finished running drills with her new WNBL team, the Southside Flyers in Melbourne. You still can't believe it, can you?
No, I can't believe that I'm even training with Southside and, you know, about to start a season with them. It's, yeah, I get a bit emotional thinking about it. And look, the ride has been very emotional. It's been a head game for sure, but so special. Yeah, best thing ever.
Flyers coach Cheryl Chambers has welcomed her new recruit with open arms.
I think when someone started whispering at the start that Lauren's going to make a comeback, I thought, can you do that after that many years and have babies and surgeries and all that sort of stuff? But it's just a wonderful story. I mean, she's just such a driven, passionate person, and, you know, I just love all the accolades she's getting because she's done all the hard work.
To say goodbye to my love, what was my life?
Lauren's career ended abruptly and painfully in 2016, a degenerative knee injury to blame.
A few tears have been shed.
My whole life was wake up, go to the gym, go to physio, and then by the time I got home, I would go to bed and I would not get out of bed. And that's probably, we're talking 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And because I'd been sort of through this cycle for 2 years of just rehab surgery, I'd been taking a lot of medication. I was pretty depressed.
How dark was that time for you?
I was in a pretty dark place, so it was hard. You know, it was a real struggle because I was in a lot of pain and I couldn't play, and I felt like I was letting a lot of people down too. 15 operations later, and fast forward to February this year, Jackson stunned the basketball world with this announcement.
The Albury-Wodonga Suttondale Homes Bandits, ecstatic over the signing of Lauren Jackson.
Then she upped the ante, sinking 30 points for Australia to claim bronze in the World Cup last month.
Jackson launching one for
The only pain relief she uses now is medicinal cannabis.
It allowed me to recover really quickly from training sessions. I think the anti-inflammatory properties have really contributed to me being able to train on a daily basis.
The World Anti-Doping Authority lists medicinal cannabis as a banned drug. Lauren received a hard-fought exemption to keep using it. Could you play today without it?
My body is not what it used to be, but in saying that, I haven't had to go under, you know, any sort of painkiller medication or anything. So, and I still haven't. So that's pretty, for me at 41, it's pretty incredible. You know, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, but I don't think that it gives you an unfair advantage. I think that it'll actually help athletes stay away from some of the harsher medications.
General practitioner Dr. Brad Mackay.
In Australia, medicinal cannabis is mostly used for chronic pain, but it's not registered for that. The evidence is still growing. Many people do get benefit, many people don't. From my perspective and from the government's perspective, we are allowed to prescribe medicinal cannabis as a last resort option.
Over 6 months this year, more than 500,000 Australians were treated with medicinal cannabis, with the highest number of TGA approvals in Queensland, followed by Victoria and New South Wales.
A ball away to Youngquest.
Former NRL player Nick Youngquest was diagnosed with a brain injury after quitting the game at the age of 28.
My neurologist actually suggested to use cannabis products as a means to treat, my seizures. it's a good way to kind of calm the messaging down in your brain.
Nick believes there could be a place for medicinal cannabis in professional footy.
I think it could be probably a really good thing to look at rather than some of the other products that we continuously use that are much more addictive and have adverse reactions to, especially to players when they retire, you know.
Often there is a stigma, feeling that people are wanting to use medicinal cannabis just to get high, but that's usually not the case across the board. So people are wanting to function, they're wanting to be human, and they're wanting to have the best quality of life that they can.
How is the knee holding up? How's it feeling?
The knee, do you want to see it?
Yeah.
So I've got a few scars on there. I've got, that's where the knee replacement was there.
Wow.
A few operations, but yeah,
Gee,
it's all
been
right.
through a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been through the ringer, but it was a process about I had to get it strong.
Lauren says this comeback isn't about rewriting her script, but she is certainly writing herself into the history books again and inspiring plenty of us along the way. Is Paris an option?
No, but people at BA are like, come on, you can go to Paris. And I'm like, yeah. They're like,
So they're pushing for it?
no, they're not pushing. They're joking. They're joking about it. But that's what they were doing about it. It's always just sort of been a joke. And then I'm like, could I or couldn't I? I just want to enjoy it and have fun.
What a legend. And the great Lauren Jackson is making her debut for the Southside Flyers tonight. And Lauren, we wish you well.